Hello YouTube and welcome back, and it looks like a bit of a mess, but I shall explain what's going on here. So I'm trying to do a real world capacity check on these lithium iron phosphate batteries that I bought from China. So they're meant to be 2.4 kilowatt hours. They're 110 amp hours each and they're in 24 volts, so I think that's where I got my 2.4 from. I'll write on the screen if I'm horribly wrong. So that's my inverter. So I've got, on the output of the inverter, I've got this power strip with a camera here that is recording the power strip, so I can do a time lapse of what I read. So you can see there it's doing kilowatt hours. And then off the power strip I have got a fan heater and a radiator heater. Or what do you call these units? Not radiator heaters, are they? Yeah, you do. They're electric radiators. Yeah, one of them, and a fan heater. So this is 400 watts and this is currently a kilowatt, so I'm pulling 1.4 kilowatts at the moment. So I'm going to do a time lapse of this to see how much capacity I've got in my battery. And this is a real world test, so this is usable power. So this is output of the inverter. So this is including losses in the inverter, losses in the battery protection and the cables and everything like that. And meanwhile still having all things like my security cameras, the lights obviously are still on, so they're all still powered by the battery. So everything is being powered by the battery still, so this is just usable out of the inverter power. So it will be less than the rated capacity, but how much less? That's what I want to know. And also, what happens when I run out? I don't know what this BMS does, if I have to reset it in any way, or if it will just start working and charging again. Because my fear would be this cuts off. The charge controller, which is up here, cuts off, and then there will be no, if that's not on, it won't charge with the solar. Or will it allow there to still be an output to charge the solar, charge from the solar? So we'll just have to wait and see and find out. So for now, we shall wait and see what this reading here does. And whilst I'm waiting, I've got a radio to fix. Right, well, it is really warm in here now. So currently on the display, hopefully you can see that, it's got 1.6 kilowatts, or kilowatt hours. So that's how much power I've drawn so far, which is a fair bit. I'm not gonna, that's alright. I've got one red light on one of the cells, which means it's slightly low, so the balance has kicked in. Probably won't do much under this high current. The inverter is quite warm now. I mean, I'm drawing over a kilowatt. Cables are all cold, so that's alright. Let's have a feel of the, let me just move a fan heater here. Feel of the battery management. Oh, there's no heat in there whatsoever. I'm just going to get a multimeter and check the voltage on here. Oh, the display's a bit broken. Can't really trust that. I'll grab a multimeter and see what the voltage is currently. So here I've got a meter hooked up to the battery, and you can see it's reading 24.5 volts. So bear in mind the low voltage point in this battery is going to be about 21 volts. It's still got a fair way to go, and I've got 1.6 kilowatts out of it. So she's looking fairly good. I'm not going to stay up for too late doing this because I want to go to bed at some point tonight. So I might terminate it now and maybe all flicked off. And maybe we'll try again some other day. But for now, give you some idea of what I'm getting capacity-wise out of this. I mean, 1.6 kilowatt hours. These heaters have been on for at least 3 hours now, because of course they cycle on and off as it gets warm in here. So it's plenty warm in here. In fact, it's too warm in here really. But yeah, it's working well. I'm pleased. Something that I'm not pleased about though is this inverter is getting very, very warm, and the fan hasn't kicked in, so I wonder if the fan's broken on it. I mean, last time I went in here I found a broken capacitor, so maybe the fan's gone as well. So there's something else we need to look at, but that is, you can't keep your hand on it for too long. It must be about 60 degrees or so. It shouldn't be that hot. So possibly something I'm going to have to look at. The fan should have kicked in, and it hasn't. So for that reason I'm going to stop this test now, so I don't break anything. But yeah, hopefully you've given that some idea of the capacity of these batteries. Again, I think there's lots of life left in them. even at this voltage. In fact, the charge controller is still saying that it is charged. Got green light, it's not flashing or gone orange. So yeah, for now, 1.6 kilowatts and still going. Like I say, I'm going to stop this test because I don't want to break my inverter because it's getting very hot. So I shall see you later, and yeah, see you later. Bye.